Hey, I'm Josh Thomas, and this is Christopher Lachey, and...
Because I can't introduce myself. Thank you,
right.
Joshua Thomas.
And we're here for another board game review.
We did Pandemic by Z-Man Games. Also the same people that did Arabian Nights.
Arabian Nights?
I'm thinking Arabian Nights. Arabian Nights.
Tales of Arabian Nights?
Tales of Arabian Nights.
Because if you go to a game store and ask for Arabian Nights, they'll be like, do you mean Tales of Arabian Nights?
If they give you a lot of pushback, just go somewhere else. Those people operate on a shoestring budget. They don't have time to...
But today, we're going to play Pandemic, which is a cooperative game for up to 4 players, which means it's you and your friends versus the board.
Or not friends. It could be you and your enemies.
Or your acquaintances. Either way.
Or your frenemies.
Your frenemies, yes. Either way, it's you guys against the board, which means you guys have to talk to each other and communicate in order to win the game.
You actually have to speak to another person.
Indeed.
Not my favorite. Actually, it's a lot of fun.
It is.
A little bit of a nice spin on this. You actually get to play good guys trying to stop the bad infections. 4 of them, actually. So you fly all around the world, you jet set, kind of like Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego, except it's Where in the World is the Simian Flu. And you have to stop it.
All right, well, let's look at how the game works.
Okay. Once you've got your board set, make sure that you've got your cards separated, and then shuffle the infection cards, and shuffle the player cards after you've removed the epidemic cards. Then, place a research station in Atlanta, Georgia, because that's where the CDC is, and that's where all the players are going to start. Your outbreak marker should be at 0, and your infection rate should be at 2. Next, you're going to draw 3 cards from your infection pile. Lay them down. Each of these cities is going to receive 3 cubes of a corresponding color. Then, you'll draw 3 more cities. Each of these will receive 2 cubes of a corresponding color. And finally, the last 3 cards you choose will all receive a single cube of a corresponding color. Then take those 9 cards and place them all in the infection discard pile. Next, each player is going to choose a roll card. These are shuffled up, and you're going to choose them randomly. Don't worry, every roll has its purpose, and they're all pretty much balanced. Not one is going to outshine another, so go ahead and give them all a shot. There are 7 of them, and they all work together in different ways. We're going to be playing with 3 people, so each of us are going to receive 3 player cards. Now, you're going to take the remaining cards, and you're going to divide this pile up into 5 piles, because we're using 5 epidemic cards. The less epidemic cards you use, the easier it is. There are up to 6 epidemic cards. They don't have to be even piles. In fact, bigger piles should probably be near the top to give you a chance to start the game. You win the game when you get a cure for each of the 4 infections. As you get an infection cured, you place the marker on the board. Should you actually wipe out an infection off the board completely, flip the cure vial over. That infection cannot come back into play. When you draw another infection card and a city has already received 3 cubes, it can no longer receive further cubes, but an outbreak occurs. This will spread the infection to all connecting cities. Let's say we've drawn Baghdad. All of the outlying cities that are connected will receive 1 cube. But look, we've got another city that's already got 3 cubes. There's another outbreak. And that links to another, there's a chain reaction that occurs here. And this can lead you to quickly losing the game. Because if you reach 8 outbreaks, or if you run out of infection cubes for a disease, or if you run out of cards, you have lost Pandemic.
Adam was the person who was sick the most recently, so he will go first for Pandemic.
Really messed up way of choosing who goes first.
And
not
hilarious.
Your birthday. Who had the last brush with death?
It's thematic. Okay, so
Get the Ireland expansion.
since you have Montreal, I guess I'll just meet you there. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got Soul and 1 Quiet Need.
Right, and now we're going to infect Algiers and Los Angeles.
Algiers is right there.
As an action, move any pawn to a city with another pawn. 1. Give Adam a card. 2. I still have 2 actions left. Let's go ahead and move you 2 closer to Madrid.
Okay.
1, 2. And then my next turn, I'll just meet you in Madrid and give you Madrid.
Sounds good.
So that is my turn. Let's go ahead and draw 2 cards. Chicago and Epidemic. Oh my god.
Oh my god, so early.
Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and increase. Let's go ahead and infect.
And that gives us enough to cure blue.
Montreal gets hit with 3.
Oh man.
Already, but you're there, so no big deal.
Right, so now we're going to intensify. We're going to take all these cards, shuffle them together. How do you do that? You just pull from the middle, I guess.
With a deck that is small, it's difficult.
It's my small green deck.
Josh's turn. That was Josh's turn.
That was
Did you
Josh's
grab your
turn.
2 cards? I don't think you did. No, we just infected.
Negative.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. So I need to.
So, here's my turn. 1, 2, 3.
Awesome.
You're green.
All right.
Do you want to use your ability? And
I don't have any more actions.
Take your 1 turn to grab up his Type A card.
Right. I take it to Type A.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1 turn.
And turn all 4 in.
2.
To discover a cure.
Come on. That's 2. 3. I can eradicate.
Yep.
3. And
4 if you want to bounce back to Atlanta. Well, bye.
Okay, that's 1.
We can only have 1 more, and we've got to draw 2 more.
Los Angeles.
Safe there.
Bogota.
Bogota. And we're safe there,
Which means we won.
which means we have just won the game.
Yeah.
Christopher, if you will do the honors.
Okay.
Make it
I'm
official,
going
sir.
to take Buenos Aires. Turn all 5 in. Boom.
And we have won the game.
Just out of curiosity. Nah, we'd have been fine.
Yeah. All right.
Very
Not
nice.
bad.
But even though that was short and it looked easy, we almost lost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few times we almost lost.
I've got raindrops on me because dog ran away.
We had to go find him. But so, we just played Pandemic. And now we're going to rate it on our 3 different scales of 1 to 10. Ease of use, replay value, and overall fun. So, Christopher, why don't we start off with ease of use?
Okay, the first time I played this, I had no idea what I was doing. I'd still give it a 6 out of 10, especially for first-time users. The instructions are all there, and when we talk about it in the video, it's not that difficult. It's just, there's a lot of pieces, a lot of cards, and you don't want to do anything out of turn, because then it gets all messed up.
Yeah, lots kind of going on in 1 turn.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so 6 out of 10. Kind of a difficult game, but even casual players can get the hang of it.
Yeah, I mean, once you played it a couple of times, I mean, it's just a nice party game.
Yeah. So, replay value. For Pandemic, we would give it a 7 out of 10. Of course, the more you play it. Like, if you lose, you're just going to want to play it more until you win.
Okay, it starts at a 7 out of 10. Then every time you lose, it increases until it's a 10 out of 10 for replay value. And then if you keep losing, it's 10 to the 10th power, and you repeat that to 10 more powers. And then when you finally win, you go ahead and it's a 1 out of 10 on replay value. Because you've kept all of your friends, or frenemies, or comrades, or whatever.
Or acquaintances.
You've kept them all in your apartment for the last 2 days. They have families they want to get home to, and they don't like you anymore. If they ever did in the first place.
But aside from that, though, there are multiple different cards, character cards you can play as, so choosing different types of those makes for a different gaming experience, and the best thing is no two cards are either overpowered or underpowered.
Oh yeah, the roll cards, they're fantastic. Actually, we want to talk about the expansion for replay value.
Well, actually, we'll go give the overall fun for our Pandemic.
Yeah.
Which we give it an 8 out of 10 because it's just a great game to play. It says it's for ages 8 and up, so it's definitely a fun game for a family to play or friends to play. But
about
then
45 minutes actually.
There's also Pandemic on the Brink.
There's purple on Istanbul, so any combination of 5 cards plus Istanbul will cure purple.
Plus Istanbul? Okay.
Plus Istanbul.
So we just need to save Istanbul card.
Yes.
Pandemic on the Brink.
You were just on a roll. I didn't want to interrupt.
I know, right?
You've got 3 different expansions in this one expansion. You don't want to mix them all up, but you've got virulent strains, which make the 4 infections more difficult to get rid of. You've got a mutated strain, which adds a 5th infection.
And we've got footage of that.
Yeah, and then there's the bioterrorist, which would be a 5th person added onto the game. So 4 people against the board, and then 1 bioterrorist that you can use with the mutated strain against the 4 people. But the creators of the game recommend against having 4 people playing as well as the bioterrorist for a total of 5. Haven't gone down that route yet. Not sure why. Gonna completely ignore their warning and do it anyway. So
also, the expansion pack comes with everything you need to play the normal game. So you can just buy this one and have all the games in one. So for the expansion, we would say that the replay value would go up to an 8, and the ease of use would probably drop 1 point as well.
But then again, everything is laid out in the instructions. Like I said, everything that you need to learn how to play the base game is explained on pages 2 and 3 of the instruction manual. Just like on the Brink, everything you need to learn how to play the expansion is laid out in the manual, and everything is sectioned off between the 3 different modules.
So there you have it. Those are our scores for Pandemic and the expansion on the Brink. If you liked this, like and subscribe. If you've played this game and you feel it deserves a different score, post your scores below. And also follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
Oh, actually, there's one more expansion.
There's one more expansion.
Yes, was it In the Lab? I think.
In the Lab, yes.
It's a 2nd expansion for Pandemic.
But we've not played that one, so we honestly can't give it a rating.